It's Friday. It's Friday. I like Fridays. I like Fridays. Today is a beautiful day here in Nova Scotia. It's absolutely beautiful. And what's more beautiful is I get to finish Jim's car today. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do on the front fender. We're just going to play repeat. That's all we're going to do. Every time I make a piece for this car, it's just repeat. We'll make a pattern. We'll put it to a piece of metal. We'll make it fit the car. Repeat. We've got, let's recap this whole thing, what we have done. For the people that haven't been here, what we have done is we have a friend named Jim. He wanted a floor put in the car. I said I would do it for nothing because he has helped us many times. We put a floor in it. We put cross braces in it. We put sills on it. We put the mounts in it. We put the inside sill in it. We put the quarter on it. We put the rockers on it. We put the bottom of the fenders on it. We've matched them together with the bottom of the inside rocker. Now we're on to the other side. We have the rocker tacked on. We have the quarter panel tacked on. We have the inside sill tacked. No, we haven't got that tacked on yet. We have a little bit more work we have to do on the inside. Right now, at the present moment, I said I'd show you how I'd do that front fender. And then when it comes to do the front fender, and then when I get that on, then that's the time where I can start tack, tack, tack all the way around and get myself a little pattern going, how I'm going to do it. So if I had an employee, I would expect, this is what I would expect them to do that, all the way around, and start back over here again, do that all the way around, And if they did not, they should expect me to say, no, I don't like it that way. They should expect me to say that. And if they don't, they're mistaken. Yeah, that's the way we do the cars here. We try to keep the heat down as much as possible. I've got the little speaker there sticking in my side. I don't know if that's good or not. Still going, is it? Just to make sure. We're trying to get on this sound bit. It's so hard with me rolling around like a monkey underneath the floor and jumping up and getting down and hitting things. It's so hard with the sound not knowing, because Jolene can't tell over her phone if I got sound or not. There's a red button that goes off or on. The batteries die or something. But other than that, we're doing the best we can, aren't we, baby? It's Friday. I'm going to finish Jim's car today, and it's going to be over. That's going to be it. And I'm going to give it back to Jim. And if his excitement will make me inspired or make me happy, and then we'll continue on with some of our stuff that makes me happy. Just something to do. Come on, baby, huh? Man, I'm in a good mood today because it's Friday. Alrighty, let's make a bottom of a fender. I don't even know if I've got much. Alrighty, what I want to do, or what I did on, this is what I did on the other side, as I get rocking and rolling here. What I did on the other side, just to make it, as I'm doing this, you know, I'm trying to do it as fast as possible. I'm trying to make everything look fairly decent. Same on this side, same on this side, same on, you know, I'm trying to make everything square. And as you're doing body work too, you should probably try to do the exact same thing. If I was coming in doing this panel and I was trying to do the, you know, a really nice job, the car would be cleaned off underneath there. The piece underneath there, if I did lap it, would be cut off nice and straight where it needs to be. I wouldn't put in a piece that looks funny. It's easier to make to me, it's easier to make a panel than it is to try to come in here and cut and put a piece on like that, and it looks nicer also. But I had to cover what we had missing. But straight is nice, you know. I like that sort of stuff. I like try to keep it as neat as possible. Didn't do my measurement yet, and what I mean by that now was this is what I'm doing. I took a tape measure and measure up the door, and we're almost 6 inches on that. So I'm going to go up about 6 inches on the front fender, just trying to keep it the same, you know, just trying to keep it the same. Or I'm going to get down, and I'm going to measure from the bottom of the fender, or the bottom of the sill, because I don't care about that. Can't do that 6 on that side. What am I doing now? There we go. Now we're talking. I'm going to go there. Now we're talking. I'm just going to let's see what we can get here. I'm going to put this paper down straight on this edge. I know, this is what I know. I know I'm going to have to add a 1/2 inch on this side. Not worried about it. Just going to make my piece for now. I'm going to trace the other side of the fender. That's the piece I need. I'm going to cut it off. Right. There. I'm going to put that much on it for a lip. Put the cover, must took off somewhere. Scissors. Some scissors here. Guess I need scissors to cut that. What's going on here is that's the lip on the outside. I think that's okay. It's rusty, but it's okay. Good enough. So I'm just going to take it in. I'm on this lip. I've traced it on that lip. So I'm just going to take it in 1/2 inch, 3 inch, whatever, 3/4 of an inch. See what happens. See what happens. Cut this cut here. Piece of metal I'm going to fold underneath like this to come into the bottom of the sill. Should be a little bit longer, I see. Or I'm going to make it a little bit longer. Huh. That is my bottom of my Fender. Let's see what happens. There it is. There it is. Put that on there like that. That folds underneath there like that. And then what happens is there's a piece that goes on the, I'll just put a 90 on the bottom of this fender. Then there's a 90 that bolts on, or nuts onto this, and nuts onto the bottom there. So we'll leave that for Jim. I'll probably tack it there for him so it looks good. But I got to leave him something to do. There's lots to do, that's for sure, in an old car. Alrighty, that looks pretty good up that seam there. Get off. Oops. I'm thinking that I'd like to bring it over and do this, but I need another little triangle there. And I don't know if I got the metal. Tape. See tape right close, sweetheart? Once I get this on, then it's going to go fairly quick because then we're into, I see a piece of metal here first. Got to see if I got a big enough piece of metal to make the piece. So far, this is kind of half interesting. Not interesting, I guess. So far, we've used, sorry baby, there's a chair behind you too. We bought, we're going to say we used five 10-foot lengths of 3/4 inch square tubing, 5 lengths of 10 inch. We used 2 full sheets of 3x8 by 18 gauge, and the 2 sills were already made. That's pretty good. That's not much material, you know what I mean? Oh, I think we can get it. Ooh, I love it. So we're going to add I'm going to add that on there just because. Look at that now, would you? I'm going to do it. What the hey? Well, hey. I'm going to do that like that. I'm going to pull this way a little bit. I'm going to say that's the bend. Oh, I got to mark the bottom. Did I mark? Nope, didn't mark the bottom yet. Oh. First time marking this morning. First time marking. It's all right. We'll just put it straight. So, basically, that's what I'm saying. Nope, did that wrong. Glad I didn't do that. I need a 1/2 inch over here. Remember? Yeah, I need a 1/2 inch for that lip. Let's do this. We'll put a bend on that there. Let's mark it. That looks good. Put a lip on that. We'll redo this line. And we'll get some of it. How's that? It's funny, this much over here comes this much over here. Hey? Cool. Alrighty. That's what we're going to do. Make sure that easily can happen. I'll just mark it out. Alrighty. This is a piece I want. I don't know where the cover is that is. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it off so I got it a length I can play with or deal with, obviously. There's that mic I'm going to hit. Trying not to hit the mic, boys. Alrighty. It's Friday. Jim's going to enjoy his car, I think. It's going to give him a little motivation to play with it, right? And let's face it, I do not expect him to. Everybody should expect him not to just get it done. It's not going to be done overnight. He's got a motor and a transmission to put in it. He's got, you know, it maybe next summer he'll be playing with it. Maybe in my eyes, you know, there's still a lot of work to do. He had to put brakes on it. You know, let's face it. Person wants to enjoy summer too. Jim's half retired now. Alrighty, I'm going to bend this. I'm going to bend it. But it was fun. The exercise was fun. And that's basically what I did it for, was an exercise to show and to practice. I don't mind practicing. I like practicing. You know what practice makes? You're really good at something. But anyways, just a minute now. I can't be doing that now. Got to back that off. Don't want to do that wrong. Got to put it there. Got to do it on this side. Get talking. But yeah, the faster you work at it, the harder you work at it, the better you'll become. And it only benefits you, you know. And really, all a person should be concerned about is what they're doing. Isn't that true, baby? That's all anybody should be concerned with, is what you're doing. I'm going to have to change this a little bit because it doesn't look like it's going, like I don't look like that line is, that's crooked as a ram's horn. Crooked as a ram. Take tape measure and tell me. We got a 3-inch. Look at that. See, we're off by an 1/8. Just looked a little odd, that's all. And it might supposed to be that way, who knows, but I'm going to put it on there. Just going to bend it up. Sort of 45. So that goes underneath. Then we're going to bend this piece a little bit. Actually, I got to cut this. Am I running too fast here, sweet, in front of your eyes? Huh? I gotta go this way. Gotta mark it on the other side again. I'm just gonna guess on this. I'm a good guesser. Hopefully I can get that in there, Ken. This is going to give us our 90. That goes in between the fender and the door. There we go. Oh, kind of squeezed out on me there. It's okay. It's okay. I'll take a hammer and dolly and fix it. Bent my piece of metal, I did. I didn't want to do that, though. All right. That's all I'm getting for now. And I'm going to accept it because, just take a hammer and dolly here. That want to work. Hammer right there. Kind of messed that up a little bit. How'd that mess that up so hard? Kind of made a boo-boo. Made a boo-boo. And that's easy to do. going to get this piece turned over first. I'm jamming up right there. I'm going to get this piece turned over first. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold that down on that line. Just slide the hammer. Who knows, that piece might even have to be cut off. I don't know. That didn't bend that right. So I'm going to put this piece, this side in here, and bend it, hold it back from the line a little bit. And we're going to flatten it out. This one's too much up here. I'm going to hold that there. Then tap it back, I guess. Slowed me up a little. I had complete success on the other one. Now I got my line looking a little better. Check my mic. I'm all good, boys. Alrighty, I'm back in order here. What has happened there is I messed up when I did the brake. I didn't notice it, put a little spot in it there, but I got it nice and flat again. Got my line straight again just by using my dolly and using got the same thing going here. But what's got to go on, I haven't tried this on lately, but what's got to go on, you'll see that this is straight, obviously. So we want this panel nice and round. Yes, we do. And it's hard to bend it round when you've got that edge, right? That's what makes things strong. If you put a crease in something, it makes it strong. You can't bend it this way because you've got that straight edge there that's made it strong. So now what we do is we just take it into the shrinker, because I want it to go like this. If I want it to go like this, I put it in a stretcher. If I want it to go like this, let's do the shrinker. And we'll put a nice round piece on the front fender the way it should be. We're not going to do a lot of cutting out rust and all that stuff. This is not the game. This is not the one. That'll be the next one, or the one after that. Who knows? This is what I would call this. What I'm doing right now, I would call this basic rust repair. Just basic, not restoration, rust repair. Basic rust repair for the man that wants to do it himself. And it's not to show, it's to drive and enjoy. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Drive and enjoy. Not all cars are meant to be show cars. In my eyes, some cars are meant to be trucks. Now you can see I'm starting to get that nice going on her, right? Starting to give her a little help. Give her a little help. Everybody needs a little help. Don't you, baby? Let's do a little bit more, because I know that it's going to need more. And if it doesn't, it's okay. This is a very simple tool, but it should be in every shop so you can bend something. The more ways you have to bend something, and the more ways you have to cut something, the more efficient you can become, because each tool has its place. You know, all these tools are made because they have a place. Also, I have made panels like this, rounded it by round it by hand like that, and then I've placed that on the edge, you know, and welded it there. You can do that. There's more than one way to skin a cat. If you do not have that, does not matter. Don't let it stop you. You can still do it. Just put the panel in the place that you want it, and then butt weld it down the edge so it looks nice. I've done it many times. Many of times. You know, I have to cut that off some. We're hitting. Cut this off. reason I cut that off, because we're going to make a tab that bolts to this and then bolts to the inside. There's lots of rust underneath there, so probably just cut it off and get it over with. Yes! So you can see where it's nutted right here, bolted, and then we'll make a piece on the bottom of that. We'll bolt to this, and then we'll bolt to that, just like they did it. Just like they did it. I'm going to cut this off. All I'm trying to do is see if I can get it to fit nice. This fender is still connected. Not now, it isn't, but it's still got the brace on it. Still got the brace on her, Rand. Wow. Wow, we got some metal in her, man. And that's right there, just tells me you can never judge a book by its cover. You just never know. That thing's connected on there good, man. There's a bracket there already on the old sill. Me and Jolene were talking last night, and I said, why do you think I had to put that square tubing in between the sill and the square tubing in between the rocker and the inside sill? Basically, what has happened when I put that square tubing on the inside, I basically pulled it out 3/4 of an inch, did I not? The inside sill, I made it go inside the car 3/4 of an inch. So when it come down to the bottom of the sill, I had to have 3/4 inch more to get to it. Basically, that's what it was, I'm thinking. I'm going to cut that off just because that's gross looking. That part. I'm going to cut it all off, basically, but I just want to cut this off. It's in my way. Yeehaw! Blow it off, man. Right. Yeah. Some stuff in there, bye. We'll put. Hard to believe. Hard to believe. Let's put our piece on. I want to put our piece on, then I'll know. Then I'll know if it fits or not. We don't want our cover in there. Get out of there. My ash crack showing? Because I'm not ass cracking it, boys. Not basically when, maybe just me and Jolene, maybe. Yeah, got a nice little piece there. It's not warped up, had a little denny poo there, but we got her flattened out with the hammer. All right. I like it. I like it right there. Tuck that down a little bit. Put that down inside that like that. Put that in there like that. Hickory dickory dock. Now, if I'd have cut it off where that line was, I wouldn't have done a very good job now, would I? I'm going to have to get another marker. Yep, no worries. So, I'm going to cut it off, put it where I like it, put it where I like it. And I do not care about the seam right here right now. I do not care about that too much. I don't. For some, I don't know why, but I don't. So, what I got to make sure I do, this is what I got to make sure I do. I cut below that line so I have something to weld to. And that's all the metal I had, you know, of the 2 sheets. You know, that's the biggest piece that I had on that end of that piece. So it worked out quite well. Trying to get that little piece off in here. And what I'll do is I got to scored it. And I'll just get the old pair of vice grips here. Good job, Chetty. If you're doing a good job, it's okay to tell yourself you're doing a good job, and I'll tell you why. Nobody else wants to, right? So just tell yourself you did a good job and carry on. That's what I do. I just say, good job, good job. Looks good. I tell myself, then I feel good about what's going on. I continue. I don't know if the bronze, that little bit of bronze, did that, but woo! A little bit of bronze right there. I had a little bit of bronze on the other side. Just weld it right over top of it. And I'll tell you something. As I put this fender on, this bottom of this fender, if undercoated, we use Crown here. Put a little undercoating on this thing. This thing will last probably to the end of time. If you undercoat it good, huh? It would. You know, you undercoat it good. Get some undercoating on her. Jim's not going to drive in the winter. He's going to drive around the field. All right, here we go. We're going to put the bottom of the fender on, so we're going to get a gap going. Maybe I might even cut that off there a little bit so I can get that gap looking good. I just have to snip a little bit off. Snip a little bit off this edge. And basically after this, there we go. Basically after I get the fender on where I want it to be, I'm just going to, like I said, make a, pushing down a little bit. Actually, it's not bad. I'm going to turn the welder on. Turn the welder on. Look at that now, would you? Geared up, huh? It's Friday. And once I get the fender on, whew, we're laughing. Hey, baby, huh? My baby's got a bun in today. And I like it. I do, I like it. I like the bun. I like the bun, hun. It looks great. And all I did, where I'm going past the fender a little bit to weld this on, I could not get it cut off where right up top like that. I didn't get it cut off like that. So what I did is cut down a little bit lower, where I've got it down here where I've got it cut off, so I can move that in. That's butt welded together on this edge. This edge is butt welded together. This piece is overlapped. That's basically the end of it. I started when I was doing, well, when I'm doing stuff like this, I basically time myself once in a while and see how long it takes me, I'm going to straighten this line out a little bit better on this. This thing here is just a little bit, needs a little bit of work. Hammer. Who am I kidding? Just put that damn thing in there, shouldn't I? I'm just going to play with this edge a little bit. Nope, I'm going to put it in. This edge here is a little rounded off. Yes, it is. What should happen? Maybe I should probably put a dolly in there on this side and try to get a little bit square. Just a little round. That bends sharp, very sharp. Ours is round, that's all I'm saying. And it just take a little bit of time to get that. I would have had a nice bend on the brake, it wouldn't have mattered. Watch my thumb. I'm not going to mess with it too much. I can mess with it, yes I can, but I'm not going to. This is not the application for that. This is not the application for that. Let's get it on, Chetty, and make it look good. All right, we got a little bit of gap going on. I'm going to weld that right there, because I can. I hope so. And you know what happens if it moves and I don't like it? I cut it off. Don't you, baby? You know. Oh, want that underneath there. That's got to come down some. Just a little bit. We're just gonna, there now, just a little bit. I want to push it over some. There we go, right there. All right, good. Whole wheat shreddies. Good, looks good. I'm going to put this fender on. This is how I'm going to put this fender on. I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to tack it right here, and he can cut it off whenever he wants to and make his brace at the bottom. That's the end of it. So what I've done is I've tacked the fender right there. Here's the bottom. We still got a piece to put on here. If the fender comes off, he can dolly it over, do what he wants. But I'm tacking it right there so it looks good. And then I'm putting the fender on, and we're going to be done with it. Right? He needs a piece there, so basically what's going to happen. It's nice to be able to hammer it when it's on there. Basically what it's doing, it's holding it for you. I'm gonna push that up in there. Beautiful. You want to push in too tight. I can see the fender move. Just pulled on that. Whatever. Baby got me all mic'd up. Now I want to pull some of this out so we can get this looking good. Whoop, whoop, that looks good. Awesome. I'm going to, this fender's kind of in there a little bit. Get in there. Nope. When the fender come off, then you could bang the inside of it. To me, to try to get a bang on the inside of it is near impossible with the inner fender on it. When you got the fender off, you can straighten the line and do all that sort of stuff and bang that out and make something of it. At the point right now, we are putting the bottom on the fender and that's it. Because there's more work that would have to be done to make it awesome. Doing that. I don't mind building weld up sometimes. And I think I've told you before, if you don't build any weld up, you've got nothing to grind. You've got nothing to grind. You can't grind the metal off, it's not there. Is that hooked on that again? How does that pick that underneath my chest and pull that out in front of my face? How does that do that? Well, trying to slow me down, say. Trying to slow me down. Everybody's trying to slow me down. Jumpins. It's Friday. We'll just bend that fender around a little bit because we can. Woo, that looks better already. Ooh, don't want to pull that off though. Don't pull her too hard, Jenny. Jesus. Excuse my licorice. Let's get that back in shape there, bye. Pulled her right off, he did. There we go. C-clamp to tighten that one. Nope, I can get it with my hand. Nailed her. That's basically what you got to do sometimes, wrestle it around. And whatever you have to do is sometimes what you got to do. I see a coat hanger in my life right down there, and that's not a problem. See a coat hanger in my life, I do. And I'm just trying to straighten it out with the best I can with, it's kind of out of place now, but let's face it. Put the bottom on that fender. Watch your eyeball, baby. On this stuff, when I get on the rust on the stuff here, I should start on the good metal and then run it over to the rusty metal because the rusty metal obviously don't start good, does it? Doesn't start good. So I'm going to outsmart it. All right? Alrighty, now I'm just going to probably get a coat hanger down there and play with that a little bit and weld that up. And basically, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'll show you. How many minutes, baby? 39. 39? Well, we get lots of time. I'm not going to show you nothing yet. I've got a couple pieces I want to put in here. I'm going to cut them up real quick and stick them in there. You want to check the mic? Well, it's seeing my belly all the time. I don't know if I like that trick or not. Come on, man. Just need a little piece of metal for inside. Might as well tack it in there. All right, I'm just going to bring it right over. There's a little piece inside here that has to be done. Right there. Just a little bit over so I can stick her on, right? There's that piece. That just needs a thin piece going up, and I'll tack it to that piece. That's what I need, basically. And I'll bend that and put that up in there. So I'll cut these two pieces, and I'll stitch them in. I don't want to make it any harder than that. As you see me make those, I do not want to make it any harder than that. Don't want to get tape measure. Don't want to, nothing. Don't want to make it no harder than that. That's the piece for up the thing. This is the piece in the corner. And that's how I like to keep it. Pretty basic. Jolene's looking amazing today. Let's still do this. Got two pieces left to put in. Two pieces left to put in. Just going to tack the edges down here, straighten them out. They're stopping for some reason. Get over there, Rust. I'm gonna have to take a little piece out of it. I see. I want to make it fit better. A little piece like that. Excuse me, sweetheart. Doing a great job on the film, baby. Ooh, look at that cement slab. It's almost cleaned off. Woo! Out looking at 40 again this morning. Man, I'm a hard person, man. I can look at, well, all the stuff that, you know, is in the dooryard. I have it for a reason. I have it for a reason. And every time I look at it, I want to do something to it or play with it because I know that I can do it and I know what it's going to look like. And it's very hard sometimes to stay focused. For me, it's hard to stay focused on stuff sometimes. Like Jolene's car, it's hard to stay focused because of the reason that I feel like a car is a piece of clay and I like to play. That's what I feel. A car is a piece of clay and I like to play. It's like drawing a picture. Drawing a picture. Got her tacked in place in one spot, so she looked good. Wherever she's tight is where I hit her. In the other places, I'll just tap down beside it. That stuff there is giving that funny coat. That's got the white coat on it. There's a piece of metal I had for that. That's why it's leaving that funny white film go. Just tack this along here. Let's do this one. Oh, do that again. Don't do that, Chad. Okay, try not to, buddy. Anyway, put that in there. I'm gonna cut. I don't like it there because it just overhang looks really. It just looks a little cheesy. That's all. Cut it off there a little bit shorter. See that there, huh? It's not true. I can't do that. I bite it off. Hi, baby. Woo! It's Friday. Jolene, did I tell you yet today? I love you. Jolene woke up at 10, not at 10. She woke up at 10. People saying she woke up at 10. Man, I've had my first cup of coffee by then. She woke up at 10. Should be illegal to look that good. And it's got that piece tacked in here. And beat that in there. Fitting it in the hole, man. Oh, gee. I'm squishing that mic thing. I don't know if it's working or not. I'm squishing it though. Squishing it. Paint on the cars, holding the welder up. And what I do is I stick it on the metal first and try to run her over to the rust. Ooh, that looks good. Alrighty. This is what I'm going to show you real quick before we call it the end of the video. This is what I would do and how I would weld this car up. Oh, you got the door open shut? Okay. I would just, on this part here where the welds are getting close together, I just go 4 or 5 inches and hit it again. Time to fill her in, I guess. You know what I'm trying to tell you. Basically, that's how I'd weld it up. Now I have the issue. You can see on the bottom, I've been talking about this inside sill. I've been talking about the inside sill for a long time if I've been doing this car. That's the inside sill on there. And I keep saying that you're allowed to have it long because I've got it long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I trim it off. I'm just going to take the plasma cutter and trim it off. And we're going to call it a Friday. All right, baby. It's Friday. Man, we're cooking with gas. Racing fuel, not just high test. If you're doing this sort of stuff, which if you're watching, you're probably enjoyed or you are, there's nothing wrong with becoming as fast as you possibly can and as best you can. There's nothing wrong with it. And I would say go for it if I was you, because it'll make you feel good about yourself. It will. Sure it will. I enjoyed doing the body work and this sort of stuff because people would give you compliments about how well you did. And it's your chance. If you enjoy a compliment or, you know, saying you did a good job, this body work is perfect for that because you can show your craft and talent, and if someone enjoys it, they will give you a compliment. And it's nice sometimes. And that's just for the people that are beginning or want to become good at it. It's a reason to become good at. That's what I enjoyed about it. I really enjoyed that. People say, wow, that looks good. And then it makes you inspired to do more. I'm just going to stand back for a second and take a look at the, woo! Look at that now, would you? First time she's had a sill, a fender, and a quarter panel look like that in a long time. I've got one left piece down there to do, but that's fine. I can do that anytime. Because, you know why? Because I know I can. I'm like the train that could. That should. There you go. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. I'm basically just going to trim it off with a plasma cutter so you can see what's going on and what I have done to make this the way it is. I had to do the inside sill. Now I'm going to cut it off. Nope, I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to cut this off, though. The reason I'm going to leave that there, because we're going to come over here with a fender and have something to bolt to. We're going to leave it there until we need it. This is much easier than using the grinder disc like I did on the other side. Much easier. Yes, I'm going to have to trim it up and sand it a little bit with the grinder. But I had to do that on the other side, so, you know, this is just faster, cleaner, better, make me happier. We're getting close to getting this thing, you know, gymmified. We're getting close to getting her gymmified. This makes me want to play on our stuff. We got a bunch of, obviously, we pulled the 34 Chev in. We made it look like a Bugatti. I like doing that sort of stuff because it's so much fun. There's a couple welds here. I'm going below them, keep them there. I'll grind them off later. Good. Let's keep my inside sill where I want it. Whoop, whoop. He's a bad man. He's a bad man. Yeah, just like cutting the leftover off the old apple pie, you know. I just trimmed the edge of her off. There she goes, just like that. And right there, all in a handbag, we have put on, we've made a floor, we've made all the cross members, we put in all the mounts, we've put in 2 rockers, we put in 2 front quarters, and 2 bottom front fenders. And you count up the time that you've seen this on TV, add a little bit, and that's how long it took us, and I'm very happy with it. Let's give away something. Man, I'm happy today, ain't I? Woo! Happy today. Where's that at? Where's the computer at? Oh, computer's over here. It's Friday. Jim's getting his car back. I'll finish her up today. I'll walk over that with the welder, go over that just as fast as I can. I'll grind it off with a flapper wheel, and I will grind the weld off flush or flat with the piece of metal that I put on. So the 18 gauge that I put on, I will weld it so you cannot see where I welded it on the 18 gauge, and that way there I know it's welded on there, but it's still welded onto the fender. So I can flush it off on the brand new metal, and where it's on the old metal, that's why you got to cover up with filler. I'm thinking. No. I know. I know. Am I allowed to hit that while you're working there? No, I'll just leave it alone. 575 comments. Thank you, people. Thank you. Thank you to my people. And believe me, you are my people. How do I know this? Because we talk to you every day. Sub slammed. Is that right? Yep. Sub slammed. Comment. Looks killer. Thank you very much. Sub slammed. Looks killer. Hey, listen. You do not have to give many words to tell what's going on. And if you're saying it looks killer, I appreciate it. And I hope that you keep coming back, keep watching. And I'm hoping that whatever you're working on looks killer. Have a good day, everybody. It's Friday.